Now, in our last issue, the weirdest looking Black Bolt you have ever seen, who can't keep his mouth shut, seemed to have taken out just about everybody. Let's see who survived. Support the comic book industry by visiting your LCS. My name is Dorian, this is SCN Comics. We continue our coverage of the new Avengers. Number 2. Our story starts off in the past where a mysterious character is asking Jackal, does he agree? He's like, oh, I'm always up for a good time. And then the dude's like, quit being smug. You know what I'm talking about. Do you agree to these terms? And Jackal goes, fine. You provide the neurogenic lab and the 7 samples. And also, too, don't let anybody know that there's a clone of me in the New York State prison up there. Not my best work, but it'll do. And I'll provide you with my glorious fruits of my scientific achievements. Do I pass the test? Dude's like, good enough. Go ahead, there goes your samples. He's like, oh, Merry Christmas to me. And they say B. Boltagon, Black Bolt, M. McKenzie, Namor, R. Richards, self-explanatory, A. Starks, again, S. Strange, you know, T'Challa, of course, and C. Xavier. Do I really gotta explain? So now we cut to Russia, right now, and we see Jackal's head just laying there. And we see Bucky is narrating, and he goes, Jackal is best known as a one-hit wonder. He cloned Spider-Man, that's about it. What in the hell made him think that he was qualified to clone the Illuminati? So after he thinks that, he climbs out the rubble that he was buried under. He's coughing, and he goes, Nat, damn it, where's everybody? All of a sudden, there's a hand coming at him, and it goes, everywhere, James. All of a sudden, there's a yell, and Iron Man, the horrible looking Iron Man, goes, Reed. And Laura's like, Bucky. And then Iron Man turns around and is like, don't go far, Wolverine. I'll be back for you. And she goes, why, loser? Just so I could gut you again? All of a sudden, the child comes out of nowhere and slices the bejesus out her ass. So Iron Man goes, Luke Charles, wait. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? T'Challa holds the sword to his neck and is like, no, I'm not waiting for nobody. Iron Man Apex. That's just a horrible name. It's like, we're liberated. And Iron Man's like, don't you remember last time when we learned our painful lesson? We're stronger together. And T'Challa just jumps over the fence, is like, whatever. Freedom is calling. The world is my hunting ground. So then we cut back to Reed Richards, and he looks horrible. And he's wrapped all around Bucky. And he goes, go ahead, breathe. Because every time you do, I just constrict a little bit more. I can feel your ribs breaking, and I can feel your heartbeat. So all of a sudden, 3 swift bullets just hit Reed right in the face. And we see it's Natasha Romanoff. That's my girl. With a sniper rifle. And she's like, drop him. So he does. So she goes to Bucky and is like, you look like he's about to vomit. He goes, well, thanks for preserving my dignity. Are you okay? And she goes, no. That explosion really rang my bell. So this evil Iron Man's like, we need to pull it together, bros. It just sounds horrible. We're free of the Jackal, so no more in and out of the tanks. Now we just need to think of an escape plan. So then Professor Xavier's like, unless Black Bolt kills us all, and we see he's still trying to talk. So then Reed's like, imagine now that we're free, I can build my unstoppable molecular virus or my infinite luminal prison. So then Iron Man grabs his head and is like, or you could think of a way for us to get out of here, otherwise you ain't building anything. So Iron Man's like, look, you go think of something, we'll hold these guys off. We see it's Professor Xavier, Black Bolt, Namor, who looks crazy, Iron Man, and Doctor Strange. So Bucky starts thinking to himself, the original Illuminati declared themselves the masters of the world. Never before have the smartest men been so stupid. Ain't that the damn truth? Perhaps billions of people paid the price for their arrogance. Sounds like your average billionaire to me. I mean, you kind of look at them. Most of them are billionaires. I mean, Iron Man's a billionaire. T'Challa's a billionaire. Namor might as well be a billionaire. I mean, he's ruler of Atlantis. Black Bolt might as well be a billionaire. He rules Adelan. I mean, the poorest ones. Oh, Professor Xavier is a billionaire. We already established that. The poorest ones are probably Reed Richards and Doctor Strange, and they're multi-billionaires. So, yeah, arrogant as hell. So then the narration goes, and I was one of them. So maybe it wasn't Bucky. Maybe this is Namor. And speaking of Namor, he pulls himself out of the rubble, finally, and he gets into the fight with Black Widow and Bucky. Namor punches the bejesus out of Black Bolt. Doctor Strange is dealing with Bucky, and Black Widow is shooting the bejesus out of Professor Xavier, and he's like, "You hag." So then the clone of Namor is like, "Hello, Namor. Bow to me." And Namor's like, "Bows? Like, you're joking, right?" And he's like, "No, bow to your king." And he's like, "Never." So while that's going on, Bucky's being held up by Doctor Strange with one arm, but then the other arm he's trying to stab Iron Man. So then we see that Namor is actually on his knees. And the clone Namor is like, "I can use your Atlantean telepathy in ways that you never dreamed of." And Namor is like, "I will destroy you." And then we see that Professor Xavier got Black Widow in a chokehold, and it's like, "I'm going to erase your mind now. Just give me a few seconds." And Black Widow's like, "My skull, I need help." And all of a sudden, Professor Xavier is blasted, and somebody says, "At your request, gorgeous." And we see it's Clea Strange. And she's like, "What ridiculous clone convention have I stumbled into?" Now, the reason why she's looking for Doctor Strange is because he is in Asgard, I guess, trying to discover new ways to use his magic. I'm guessing we're not covering it because it'll just be something else we would be behind in. So then Bucky's like, "Clea Strange, what are you doing here?" And she goes, "Me? What are you guys doing here? Have we joined a circus?" And then she's like, "My husband went on a quest for power. I fear he might have been lost, but then I sensed..." And she goes, "You there? What kind of monstrosity are you? You're not my husband." And Dr. Strange goes, "Who, me? Whoa, bad vibe city. I'm just doing me, you know? Never let the haters steal your peace." Like, why is he talking like that? So Professor Xavier's like, "Guru Strange." Again, that's horrible. "I'm tapped out. I need to feed." And he goes, "Sure, Chuck. I know a good place for ramen." Like, are they really having this conversation now? So then Clea's like, "Get over here, you flea-bitten dog." And then we see somebody trying to put some words together. And then we see on the next page is Black Bolt, and he's hitting Clea with another blast. So Doctor Strange and Professor Xavier used that opportunity to get away. But Doctor Strange first says, "Sucks to suck, babe. We're blowing this joint. Adios, muchachos." And Clea's like, "No, you get back here." Black Bolt gets back in her face, and all of a sudden Clea's like, "You know what? Enough." And takes this dude's head off like he took the Jackal's head off. It's a lot of decapitation going on. So then Bucky stands over Black Bolt's body and goes, "Wow, you're hired." And Cleo's like, "Yeah, well, right now I'm a little busy. I gotta go find that pretend Strange." So all of a sudden we see Iron Man starting to power up, and Bucky's like, "Whoever you are in there, you need to power down." And Iron Man's like, "Under whose authority? The Thunderbolts, the New Warriors, Force Works?" I mean, he went through them all, didn't he? So then he goes, "I sooner recognize the jurisdiction of the Babysitters Club." And Black Widow's like, "Shut up and do it." All of a sudden Namor comes out of nowhere and smashes Iron Man. And it's like, "Tell me where that creature is, you devised primate." And Bucky's like, "Oh, damn it. We had him, Namor. You need to stand down." So the Namor's like, "Where is that floating atrocity?" And Iron Man's like, "Imperious Rex? Oh, you mean the one that made you go down your knees? Yeah, I saw what he did to you. He's better than you, Namor. We're all better than you guys." And Namor's like, "That dude is no king." And Iron Man's like, "He's more than a king than you are." So Namor's done playing, and he just stabs the hell out of Iron Man in his chest, and he goes, "To the depths with you." So Iron Man lands in the water, and his suit is shutting down. So he reaches out to Reed Richards, I guess somehow, some way. He's like, "Reed, can you hear me, bro? Get out of there now, because we're out of time. I'm toast, thanks to Namor." And then he's like, "Do what you do, bro. Hustle hard. Stay one step ahead." I can't stand the way he's talking. His life support is going down to 20%. So as he's sinking, he goes, "Show them the true face of their creation. Make them pay for what we are." His life support's down at 10. And he goes, "Remake the world in our twisted image." And his life support's at zip. And he goes, "Promise me," as he disappears. So Namor comes back up and is like, "It's done." And Bucky's like, And we also have no answers. Like, we could have interrogated him. Instead, you went and killed him. So he was like, look, I told you to stand down. And Namor's like, you command me? Like, nobody commands me. And he swipes at Bucky. All of a sudden, Laura's like, the hell you think you're doing? Swipes at her. So she swipes back at him, but for claws. So Black Widow and Bucky breaks him up, and Laura's like, go ahead, call me Groverine. Come on, please, I dare you. And Clea's like, I'm not sticking around for this one. It's been fun. Like I said before, I gotta go find that atrocity that wants to be my husband. And so then Bucky's like, I understand what you gotta do, but you realize there is an evil Reed Richards out there who could probably destroy the universe if you give him enough time. Like, why not make you a deal? If you help us find this evil Reed Richards first, then you'll have all of our help go find that evil Doctor Strange. So then Bucky's like, all right, team, we got 2 rules. We strike first, and we always have each other's back. Agreed? Namor goes, I agree to the first rule. So Laura's like, that's my favorite too. And Clea's like, I can probably meet you halfway. And then Bucky's like, and that's why I didn't want to start a team. So then Black Widow's like, just calm down. Sometimes it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. So as it goes, listen up. Right now the world needs someone to stand up and do the right thing. I'm going to. Who's in? And Laura goes, sure, why not? So Namor's like, you make Logan seem normal. And Clea Strange is like, splendid, I'm in. So then Namor's like, I got a rule too. We do not include the Illuminati in any of this at all, whatsoever. They don't know. They need to keep not knowing. So if you need knowledge, you ain't going to them. So then Bucky's like, Namor, relax. I got it covered when it comes to the genius job. It's only one problem. He's just a little hard to get to. So then we see Bucky and Clea walk into a cave, and somebody says, Bucky, Clea, is this a trick? And Bucky's like, surprisingly, it's really us. So then Clea's like, what a lovely kingdom you have here. So then whoever it is goes, well, it's no dark dimension, but it works. How'd you even get in here? Like, this realm is controlled by, and Bucky's like, oh, him? Don't worry about him. We got him occupied, but we don't have all day, so we need to cut to the chase. And then on the last page, we see is Bruce Banner, and he is confined really horribly violently to some chair, and there's a board next to him and written in blood that says class is in session. And Bucky goes, Dr. Banner, we're here to recruit you. Now, for those of you guys that has been following me with the Hulk, what in the hell's going on here? Like, what are we about to read into? Because hopefully this is not a spoiler. And oh yeah, this is called the Hulk space.